this? Yeah, I think it's working. I can't tell. I don't know. Let me see. Hey, can y'all hear me real good? Hey, can y'all hear me? Yes, I think y'all can hear me. We're gonna find out. All right. I hope I'm not being here too long today. I don't know. He's gonna get me kicked off. I'll figure it out in a second. Hey, what's going on? What's going on, love family? What's going on? Just in here about to get some of these orders out real quick so I can go home and cut the grass. Cutting the grass sucks, but you gotta do it. So get up a little early, get some stuff done, and then go to the house and get other stuff done. Am I officially old? Yeah, I listen to jazz music. I wonder that sometimes. Like, when do you get officially old? I think I'm officially old because I care about my grass. Feel like the boy standing on Friday. Quit walking on my grass. Quit walking on my grass. That's sure how I be. Because when I walk on my grass, then I get to see Amazon drivers driving up on my grass. Just give me my You about to place an order. What you about to order? If you place an order right now, I'm gonna hook you up. What is that? IJB I-144. You know about the place over. I'm gonna hook you up. I can tell people. You place, just tell me the order number. You place order, tell me the order number. Is the music too loud? I can't really tell. The kids love your shows, that's all you do. Hey, look, you know, we just, I'm gonna tell you what helped us a lot, right? Other than, buying stuff. But really what helps us is more ideas. Because, we want to give the people what they want the best we can. But a lot of times we don't, we need ideas. Give us some ideas. Send us messages on Instagram, Facebook, whatever. Just give us some ideas. We got the phone number on the website, which I never looked at. Yeah, give us ideas. Send a text message with some ideas. Send some pictures. Whatever it is, because we get the service. Yeah. So, trying to give people what they want. If you give the people what they want, then the people will come. Which is what I saw. This is these things that makes you like to hear. I don't think you can change. Let me see. You change something else. Let me see. I just don't know what you can play over live and not get messed up. We're gonna find out today, though. I think you can get like a copyright strike unless, I don't know. Well, we're about to find out. But yeah, like I said, man, give us some ideas, you know. You need to hire somebody to just be a box opener. So many boxes. So, what I'm trying to do is go through these boxes. Like I said, y'all saw this yesterday. Exclusive Messiah sweater. You know what I'm saying? Had it in the box. It's factory stuff, and I got one open. I gotta get a lot of background noise. Test, test. Got it on so many places. But yeah, that's it right here. That's just coming out for the winter. The winter about to be crazy, y'all. That's just coming out for the winter. Listen, this material though, I want to get a little close. This material though, like this cotton. Check it out. Some nice stuff right here, man. Tell you what, Ling be getting it in. Even the inside, y'all. Even the inside. Check the stitching. No strings, no this and that. It's you know, you gotta go through a lot of people before you can get you a good source. So it takes a minute sometimes. You know, it takes you a little time. Lord, take you some time to get somebody that's good. And the thing is like the people that's good, well, you know, you're not getting that like in a week. Like I got a guy that's pretty decent. And I could get, if I order something, I could get it in like 2 weeks, a week, if I push him. And that's something right there you gotta realize, people you're dealing with, they want money, right? And you want your product. So y'all both have this relationship that works. But you do not pay somebody 100% and then expect them to work hard to get you the stuff. You give them enough, most rates, 30% deposit, and after that, they sort the rest out once it's complete. Make them show you they're complete. But yeah, some places, you may be used to it, and they're trying to get you to, they're trying to get you to pay the whole thing. They ever need you to pay up front. Don't ever do that. You're supposed to get scammed. But 10%. That's the rate. That's what it is. And then when they finish, pay the rest. And then make them prove to you that they finish, you know. And I would say go up front, talk to them. So you want to get, you know, you want to see pictures through the whole process. Yes. We got small ones. But yeah, tell me you want to see pictures through the whole process and stuff like that. Like you're not trying to, you know, it is what it is. Don't feel bad for asking for what you want. And don't feel bad if you're going to push you. That's the white stuff. But it is what it is. Alright, can't find the size I'm looking for. That's great. Life with DB. What's going on? What's going on, Lone Star? I don't know who's still on here right now. I can't really tell. All right, so yeah, back to what I was saying. You know, dealing with a clothing company. You know, you gotta find your. You gotta try to find a vendor. You know, you want to start a clothing company. You want to find a vendor to make stuff. Now, when it comes to like T-shirts and stuff like that, you can make that in house. All you need is a machine. You know, I recommend Heat Press Nation. You want to get a good machine. You can get a cheap machine. I mean, if you want to, but I recommend getting a good machine. I say get a good machine. You get a cheap machine, you know, if you plan on doing it, you know, you get a cheap machine and it's gonna treat you like a cheap machine gonna treat you. You know, it's gonna take a million years to get hot. It's gonna be inconsistent when it comes to heat, temperature. It's gonna break. You know, you got commercial machines and you got retail machines. And if you're doing a retail business, that means you're just making stuff for yourself. Then that's fine. Like I said, if you make stuff for other people, when you hit the button for it to come on, it gotta come on. And you gotta make sure you do the maintenance on the machine, coming to oil in it, keeping it clean, keeping dust off of it, stuff like that. You gotta do it. You definitely have to do it. If not, it's gonna break. You know, I have two machines. I got this machine that you can see, which is like a 15 by 15. And then I have another, no, that one's like, I think that's 16 by 20. And then I have a 15 by 15 that I first started with that I keep as a backup just in case. Which, you know, if I really get moving, I'll have them both set up. But I don't have that right now. I don't really need to. Sometimes when you're doing like dry fit stuff, you know, you gotta heat them at different temperatures. That's why I like to have two. A lot of times if I got a dry fit order, you know, I'll just try and do that one first. If I get a dry fit in the middle of doing it, man, I'm gonna be honest with you, more likely I'm just gonna do it the next day. Cause I don't wanna have to wait for the machine to slow down and then speed back up. Just to be honest. Sometimes you order dry fit. Sometimes you order dry fit and it comes late because I don't have it. Or sometimes it's because I've been working doing the regular shirts and then a dry fit order pop in there and I'm like, I wanna go home. So it is what it is. But what was I talking about? Oh yeah. No, manufacturer. Oh yeah, you gotta pay attention to stuff too. Once you start doing stuff, you get a feel. Like I know pressure ain't right on this, just from me, you know, doing it. Felt how I go. I knew it wasn't enough pressure. There we go. So like I was saying, find a manufacturer. How you find a manufacturer? If you open up a Instagram, you say that you sell clothes, you're gonna get 18 million messages from people from Pakistan. You know, 18 million. I promise you 18 million. Who's calling me? That's my wife. But you gonna get 18 million messages from people from Pakistan. And we made this shirt, it was like, that's like LeBron James. LeBron James, Jesus. But yeah, you're gonna get a whole bunch of messages, people from Pakistan in your inbox, just wanting, you know, to make clothes. I sell clothes, brother. And then they listen. They be slick, disrespectful a little bit with that brother stuff. But I kind of look at it as that they're trying to fit in, you know. They're trying to fit in with the brother deal. But, you know, it is what it is. We start calling them brother. But, yeah, so like I said, so you're gonna get a bunch of messages from Pakistan, brother. You know, hey, make them put in work. They wanna make posters. Make them send you free samples. You know, they're trying to pull something. You know, they say they'll make samples for you. Then they make the samples. Then they want you to pay shipping. No, don't pay nothing. Make them send you a free sample. They hit you up to say they'll make samples. Make them send it. It come through. I say, ask them questions about, you know, what other manufacturers they sell to. Can you reach out to them? You know, they say show you who they sell to or whatnot. Send them a message on Instagram. Like, hey, you deal with this dude. To be honest with you, most people, they got a good manufacturer, they not really trying to give them up. Me, I don't really care. You know what I'm saying? If they stay busy, it's less likely for you to have to deal with them hitting you up or always bugging you about this. You know, you get a good manufacturer to stay busy, and that's what they can you know, they can spend money to hire more people. They can spend money to have better equipment. You know, if somebody's doing good, stuff gonna be better. You know, it's kind of almost like, I ain't gonna say slave labor in them places, but you know, you got grown men sitting at the sewing machine. Keep it real. So you keep them busy, and I think overall the shop perform well. I think there's one manufacturer we deal with, when we really start spending good money with him, you know, he upgraded, he bought a camera, started taking like high level photo shoots and stuff to the point to where when we do a drop, we can use his photos, you know. I wouldn't say that's the standard, but you know, you got a difference between Pakistan and China. Pakistan, it's like more, not to say the quality is bad, but you got more young people trying to get in there and trying to make it. So they'll get you stuff fast. China is a little different. China, you're dealing with developed companies over time. Like, they're not cutting no corners with you. If you don't have your pattern down, your sizes, your this, your that, you know, they don't care. They ain't doing it. You know, it's like, hey, what's this? Send me this file, send me that file. Do this, do that. If you don't have that done, you're ready, and they, you know, just at a standstill. Plus, China, for the most part, they want to put your stuff on a boat, which is actually not bad if you purchase the right way. You know, like in the summertime you purchase for the wintertime you purchase for the summer. If you do that, you know, if you do that, then you're good. You know, on the boat, it's like a month to come in on the boat. But the shipping prices is like, no, I ain't gonna say nothing, but it's a lot cheaper than getting them on a plane. So, you know, it really makes you prepare better, and you get better at that doing it. The longer you do it, you realize how much, you know, people gonna buy. Because, you know, you don't really want to, unless you got products that people buy constantly over and over and over again, that's the only time you really want to store stuff. But for the most part, you want to get as close to buying and selling out as you can. You know what I'm saying? LeBron James. Man. But you want to get as close to buying and selling out as you can. Some people live for drops. That's not what we want to do. We want to create clothing that people want to buy all the time. So, over and over again, not just a drop. Yeah. So what was I saying? Yeah. So picking out a manufacturer. They got shows. Las Vegas got a big show. Florida got a big show. Who else got a big show? You got big shows in New York. Whatnot. Everyone. Well. Oh, you got them? But babe, like how long was you up there? Hey, let me go. I'm live right now. I hit you up. What you doing? You about to go to work or you gonna swing through? Yeah, I don't know if you're going by the house tonight. Okay, alright. Just hit me up. Alright, sorry about that. Alright, so let's look at questions. Let's see, my issues, how do you know the print is 100% center? You talking about like when I'm making it the shirt, like when I'm doing this right here, how do I know it's centered that way? Is that what you're saying? So I started off, let's see if I have it. I think I got rid of it. I started off with a tool. Let's see if I have it back here somewhere. Alright, I don't have it anymore. I got rid of it. But they sell these, like they plastic bills, they sell it's like a plastic little thing that you can sit on top of the shirt where you kind of can measure where it's at and stuff like that, where the shirt is at, where. But after you start doing it for a while, you can measure it by eye. I can measure it by eye. I can just tell, look, because the shirts, you gotta think about it. They're not always gonna be ironed the same way, pressed the same way. So it's a gamble either way. So I could spend a long time trying to make it perfect, or I could just play off certain things. Like I'm gonna show you. Let me see what I gotta make. Hold on real quick. I gotta find something real fast. Let me turn y'all back around. Yeah. I know it's junky. Here's what it is. I need to paint that door, but I don't want to. I'm gonna paint it once I get tired of looking at it. Let me find one thing real quick. Like these sweaters right here that we ordered, from this company or whatnot. Like we met them at one of the shows, at the Source show in Vegas. And, the biggest thing I can say when you go to these shows, have in mind what you're looking for, have designs and stuff in you, or be willing to take down a lot of information. Have business cards. Have business cards, have a WhatsApp, have an Instagram, have a WeChat. Alright? I know y'all may have seen the video. I was like, what's better, WeChat or WhatsApp? Now, people from China They don't have WhatsApp because they know you got WhatsApp. But China move off WeChat. You know, you can pay easy off WeChat, this and that, and then they feel like you serious if you got WeChat. If you got WeChat, they're gonna feel like you serious. Dealing with you. All right, so let me pack this up real quick. Let me see. Large, large, and medium. And then we got the 4 shirts. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we got the small black. I really want to put this in my bag. I don't think it's gonna fit though. It's fine. Let's see. I don't like wasting boxes if I don't have to. Give me a second, I'm gonna answer that question. I think somebody asked, do you make your designs yourself? No. We don't come up with the designs ourselves, we pay somebody. All right, now, you may be able to make your own design. You may be good. Me, I have ideas, but I'll use somebody else's expertise to make it happen. One thing you'll find out, you gotta spend money to make money. You don't spend money, then you're not gonna make money. It is what it is. You're trying to be cheap, you're like, nah, I'm gonna do it myself, that's fine. But what movie it was, it said speed kills. I think the movie said speed kills peaches. It was like some kind of airplane movie or something, fighter jet or something. But you gotta get to moving. While you sitting around spending a week trying to get a design made, your competition done paid a couple $100 and got 10 of them made. So it's like what do you want to do? You want to spend all this time trying to figure out how to get designs, or you want to hire somebody that's good at that kind of stuff? I'd rather hire somebody that's good, pay them the money, and that makes more sense to me. Now, it makes more sense to you to make it. If I knew how to do this, if I knew how to make this stuff, oh yeah, I wouldn't pay nobody. I'd just get them to do it. I would just do it. But since I don't know how to do it, I'm not about to sit down and try and learn how to do it. Then pay somebody to make it, and that's what we do. We pay people to make it. We mess around trying to come up with it. Now we may come up with the phrases. We come up with the phrases. We come up with what we want it to look like. Then we put it in the mind of somebody that knows what they're doing. I know some people use ChatGPT. Listen, y'all, I'm gonna be honest with you. ChatGPT is good, but it just ain't the button. Because they all look the same. It don't look real. It don't look like, it just don't look real. If y'all notice all the little ads and stuff now on Facebook and stuff, they all look the same. They all look the same. They all have the same color scheme. They all have the same, it just look the same. If you want your stuff looking like everybody else's, then, use ChatGPT. Just to be honest with you. But if you want to stand out, you want stuff to look different, find somebody that know how to do that, and pay them. They're right there. You making stuff, you want to charge money, you want people to buy it, so find somebody. Find somebody that They know how to do that stuff. They pay them to do it. Simple. Alright, so like I was showing, I think somebody asked about how do you know if you how do you know if it's centered or not? I'm about to show you what I do. And I'm sure everybody got their own different thing, but most of the time when I was watching a million YouTube videos of people with clothing companies, they said the same stuff that I'm saying. Like at first, you try and do it one way, and then after a while, you kind of, you get the hang of it. But guys, into soul to save. I'm talking about. And sometimes how we come up with design, we don't even know that people don't like it. Like the soul to save. I didn't like it, Oh, Caesar's Aloysius the 14th, he liked it. I didn't like it. But let's see. Who's the bag? How I know it's in the center. Mighty Aishi. I don't know if he's still on. Yeah, he's still on. Alright, let me see if I can get a little close. Get a little close. Let's see. Alright. So usually, they sell these things that you can put it on top and it fits. Like, it's a plastic see-through thing. It fits with a bunch of numbers and stuff on it. Sorry. I get the lint off. I'm gonna send somebody a linen shirt. Alright, but if you look at this shirt, it's not centered. It's not centered at all. You can try and get it as centered as possible, but it's not. So I'll grab something like the corners right here. Right, so put it up there, try and center it in this as best as possible. Flare it out. Right? So women's shirt, 3 fingers, 4 from the top. That's what I do. Now on the thing, it had a thing that showed you where to do it or whatnot, but I don't need that no more because I've been estimated 4 fingers from the very top, or for the men's shirt, 4 fingers from underneath, from the collar of the neckline. Like, so for the women, I'll start up here. For the men, I'll start there, just for So I take 4 fingers. I know it's there. You got a soul to save. Make sure you know what kind of things you got. Don't make a mistake and put it on backwards. And you got this and it gets stuck to that. You got a long day cleaning that off. I promise you do. It sucks. So make sure you know what you're doing. So now I know 4 fingers here. I pull up to this. So I know that's how high I want it. Now, how do I know if I center? So now you got the armpits. So you got the armpits here. So I just look at it like, okay, I got way more room here than here. So I'll just slide it over. All right. And pretty close. To be honest with you, pretty close don't matter because you're not 100% symmetrical. You know what I'm saying? Like, one shoulder may be bigger than the other shoulder, whatever. One, whatever. So that's it. And so I look at it, and I just look here, and I look to the bottom here, just straight. See, it don't look straight. It look like I may need to bring it down just a touch. But it's so small and minute. It's not gonna be that big a deal. Like, I watch real big companies that do stuff. They just put it down there, slap it on there, this, and it's over with. They're not even taking as long as I take. I think this heat press is a 16 by 20. 16 by 20. Which I think is a good size, or 15 by 15, depending on what you want to do. 16 by 20 is good in case you want to do like full shirts. That is verse. From soul to save. Luke 17:1. Yeah, soul to save. Got a hat on. Sorry about black. Then you got your little folded machine. You know, where figure out the best way to do it. I like doing it like this. You know, whatever. So yeah, that's what I do. You know, that's how I make sure. Let's see if I can get it around. No, it's DTF. DTG is direct to garment, meaning it's put on the shirt. Like so. Yeah, so no, I use DTF. I mean, yeah, direct to film. I use the company I use is FM Expressions. I haven't had any problems with them. I've never had nothing wrong. Matter of fact, they did mess up one time size-wise on an order, which I say could be both our fault because I knew I didn't look at the what they send you, the proof. I knew I didn't send the proof, but I saw it sent that it was in production, and I said, like, man, I don't remember looking at the proof. So it kind of was my fault too for not looking at the proof, but it wasn't my fault, but you know, whatever. I always look two ways, you know. Matter of fact, be ready for another podcast I'm gonna do called Between Two Opinions, where I argue with myself. I know it sounds crazy, but I think I win every argument. So me arguing with somebody else is not fair. So I argue with myself. I don't know, I've been thinking about it. I'm gonna do it. Maybe, but I think I'm gonna do it. I put it on, I use 5 seconds without nothing on it to kind of get the moisture out the shirt. I find that makes it lay down a lot better. That's what I find. So this is still a woman's shirt, so I already did the soul to save. I'm gonna do the final low sheet. We'll do it the same way. 4 from the top, bam. That's where I'm at. Now I look at the seams, how far I am from each other. Like you can get. I used to take like a measuring thing. I used to measure from each side to get it perfect, but it's just like I'm taking a lot longer, even just because I'm showing you. But usually this shirt has been pressed by now, so I just, you know, that's how I used to do it. And then once you get to the point to where you real comfortable with everything, you know, you ain't gonna do it no more. But I do need to get something done with this machine. Because you see, I'm keeping my hands on it the whole time. Bam! That's a fly right there. Got that no sheet left behind. I'm trying to find the lost sheep. The lost sheep house of Israel. It's the phone number. You know what I'm saying? You're looking for them, find them. You know, whatever. But I do have to have a little maintenance done to the machine. Because usually, like this machine one, got a thing where you can pull it out, set it up before, and then push it in. I thought I was gonna use that, and I thought I was gonna use this more, but I realized I don't. I just put it right on there. Yeah, I done burned myself a lot of times, and it's not fun. It actually hurts, you know, to get burnt. You know, burn yourself on one of these machines. It's not a good experience. You know, like you're doing something, you let that arm come up, and man. But now I'm good, you know. But you can't get the one with the tray. But man, it's just the more moving parts you got, the more points of failure you have. Like this could break, which this one right here is kind of off a little bit. It should go back a little further, but it's not. And I'm just being lazy when it comes to taking it apart, or just really I'm just gonna pay the person, somebody to come do the maintenance on it, because I'd rather do that, you know, rather than me do it myself sometimes, depending on what it is. So that, and then so the way this works, matter of fact, let me press the next shirt. And yes, I do the hoodies the same way. Thing is, only thing with the hoodies is you have to decrease your pressure, because you're not gonna be able to use the same pressure on a hoodie because it ain't gonna go down. So I think I use like 22 on the hoodie and 30 on the shirts, but you gotta play with that yourself to figure, you know, how you want to do it. That's just what I figured works for me, and it works. You know, works to me anyway. Works for me. So same thing, same process. Down. So the men's shirts, I go from the bottom of the collar or whatnot. Kind of pay attention. How much space I got between here and here. When it's close, look at the bottom, just make sure it's not all crazy, and press it. Now, see, the way this thing's supposed to work, I'm not supposed to have to mess with it. I can walk off and do whatever I want to do, and then when it come open, it's got a thing where it'll pop and then slowly raise up. Well, something's loose, so now if I let it go, it make a loud popping noise, and you know, it may be, well, it didn't do that at first, so I'm not gonna say it may be nothing, but got another one. So I'm not gonna say it's nothing. So I just keep my hand on it now until I get it fixed. It is what it is, man. But I probably should hurry up and get it fixed before something happens. But I know I have another machine that actually is better than this machine. You know what's funny? The other machine I got it for free. You know, it was a brother in the body who his real work for a company, and they had one they was letting go, and she just bought it. I mean, she didn't buy it, she just took it. You know, she didn't steal it. She took it because they was gonna throw it away. Shalom, Zanetta. And she never used it, and I was talking to him about it, and he was like, look, we got one of them things just sitting in the garage. I looked at it, and you know, it's a high level machine. Like, it wasn't even a cheap one. It costs more than this machine, you know, and this is nice. It's like the Signature Pro Series. You know, the other machine I got, it's like a workhorse. Like, you turn it on, get right to the temperature, no problem. And you know, it'll work all day. This will work all day too, but like I said, that one, you just can tell that that's made to go. So I got it for free. You know, a lot of times people say, hey, don't tell people what you're about to do, this, not this and that. I don't agree, because like they say, a closed mouth don't get fed. They say a closed mouth don't get fed. I would have never got the first one for free if I didn't say that I was going in the business, that I was thinking about doing it. Would have never got it. I think if you live your life with distrust for people, then, you know, the people that you can trust, you'll never find them. You know, I just don't roll that way. You know, if you show me that I can't trust you, then, you know, then I'll move differently. But, you know, I think we should be able to share ideas and make stuff happen. Depending on what it is. Now, you're working on some ground breaking, you got the cure for cancer, or you figured out how to make a car run on water or something like that. Maybe you probably shouldn't tell everybody. But, you know, certain things, it's not that big a deal. To me. Some people don't feel the same way, and I get you. You know, a lot of us, we don't trust, and I understand it. You know, so it is certain things I probably would talk about. Like when it comes to manufacturers, I will never tell anybody my best manufacturer. It's not happening. I will show you good manufacturers that I have used before that have never done me wrong. But my main person, that ain't happening. That ain't happening. You know, now for people in the body, for Israel, you know, I give it up for free. You know, I give you the names, you know, how to get in touch with you. I'll even, you know, jump in on one of the groups with you, with and the person to let you to be like, hey, I know this person, blah blah blah. You know, but I'll never do that with my main person because you mess up the plug, you about to mess my money up. Or not even just my money, but just my connection. Because, you know, you go from one person, you're like, hey, you know somebody who could do this, you know somebody who could do that. And, you know, you got that connection with the person. So you don't want to mess up your connection, y'all. Like, don't do it. But, you know, for us, the first connections we had to pay for. You know what I'm saying? Dealing with somebody we knew in the world that made, and you know we asked him, and he was like, "Look, anybody did nothing to me for free. So if you wanted, you gotta pay for it. I think we had to pay like $300 to get his guys, and hey, look, it worked out. So anybody that's not in the body, or not, you know, they gotta pay for it. But anybody in the body, hey, you wanna know? That's who you deal with, this and that. But I ain't giving you a person that I mostly deal with. I'm just being honest with you. Now, if we move on from that person, then yeah, you can have it. And look, weigh everything. Don't try and get over on the post office. You know, they got all these different things. They got people that use bots to be able to ship stuff for 50 cents and stuff like that. They will catch you. And when they catch you, they will send you a bill in the mail that says you owe me blank, 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 blank. And if you do not pay, you will get a knock on the door from them alphabet people if you commit a crime. Don't do it. Ship the right way. People like be like, man, shipping costs too much. Like, it does. It does. It costs a lot. No, I wish I could do free shipping, but if I do free shipping, I gotta raise my price. So, you know, it's either it's either or. You know, it's not, you know, it is what it is. It's not my decision. And that's why, quality wise, you're gonna see a better quality from certain people. You know, like everything that I buy, I could buy cheaper versions of it if I wanted to, you know. But all of the manufacturer, he's like, he knows. He's like, no, y'all use the best. Y'all use the best. We like, look, what's the best leather we can use for this? What's the best this? What's the best that? What's the best? What's the best? We're gonna ask for the best. We want the best. We want to sell y'all the best. So we want stuff to last. You know? I mean, it's not, you know, it's not Egyptian cotton or nothing, but you know, we want it to last. We want it to be a good product. We want it to feel good. You know, like even the shirts we use, like for the men's shirts now, I'm trying to, and I've been updated the women's shirts. I may not be able to tell yet. We still trying to run through the other ones, but for the men's shirts we updated to a way better quality on the black and white shirts. Uh, Way better, better fit, better feel to it, better everything. Because we want stuff to we want our stuff to look good. The women's clothes, the cotton we use, you know, and a lot of times the manufacturers they'll tell you like, yeah, you can use this one, it's cheaper. We don't want cheaper. We want good. Yeah, so like I said, make sure you weigh everything. Because if you don't weigh it, you may think you're getting away with it with saving $3, $4, $5, but they're gonna get that money. They're just gonna wait for it to build up. It's gonna build on up, and after you get to a certain point, they're gonna send you a message, or they're just gonna take it right out of your take it out of your Shopify account. Whatever they gonna get their money. You ain't gonna be able to scam them. You know. Now this ain't nothing I ever did. I try to stay on the up and up. You do everything the right way, you ain't gotta worry about it at the end. You know. Pay your taxes. You do everything the right way. Cause they gonna get you. It ain't they not new to this. Any kind of thing that you think that you can get by on or beat somebody out of, you know, that's been done for years. They done been dealt with that for years. So don't do it. Run a legit business. Run a legit business. I'm not looking at the comments. I'm sorry. Let's see. It's pricey looking at those embroidery. I was looking at embroidery machines, but I just, you know, for the most part, I'm kind of retired. For the most, kind of, right? I say kind of, you know, kind of. So, you just have to ask yourself how much work you actually want to do. Like, do you want to sit there? Like, shout out to Spirit of Hip Hop, Ciroc. Shout out to Spirit of Hip Hop, Ciroc. Listen, he a hard worker. And you put in orders with him, get into it. I don't know if he do it. I don't know if Israel do it. Whoever he got doing the work for him, he got a big machine, a big setup. I think he said he called it four-headed beast or whatnot. He got a real nice machine. He do real good work, right? If you're trying to get somebody to do some embroidery for you in Israel, that's what I recommend, you know, just to be honest with you. But you gotta do it. You gotta sit there, set it up, do it. If you wanna do that, then do it. Me, I don't even wanna do this no more. You know, I wish I could find somebody that I could just get them to make the shirts and have them, but it's just, this is more beneficial for me to do it this way, you know. But you know, sooner or later, you know, I'm gonna have an employee up here. Sooner or later. But yeah, like I said, if you want to do it, an embroidery machine and stuff like that, do it. It just seems like it's a lot of work to me. Amy with Alabama Roofing. We want to come look at your roof and say, come on my roof. The hire? Ain't trust nothing. How you got my phone number? I didn't give it to you. Pay somebody to get my number. Disrespect. They probably like, well, y'all don't want people walking around your neighborhoods and knocking on doors. So I got a lot of phone numbers. No. But yeah, do stuff the right way. And let's see, what was I talking about? Maybe free shipping on select items for certain days. I mean, I'm just gonna be honest with you. You know, like I said, free shipping is fine, but you know, you really have to do a P&L, profit and loss. For a lot, y'all ever notice that a lot of people that have clothing companies, they don't last? And you know, they'll be around for a little bit and then they just don't make it. And you think they didn't make it because they just got tired or they just lazy or whatever. No, they didn't make any money. And that's just being honest. They not making money. So you gotta think, if I ship free, so let's just say I buy something for $10 and then I sell it for 20. That's 50% margin, right? So I sell it for 20. So I made So I made $10. Then out of that $10, I had to pay. I gotta pay for this, the plastic I put it in. Then I gotta pay for this. that I put it in. You know, then people like the little free things or whatever, a little bracelet or a little sticker or whatever. You pay for that. And people may say, well, you ain't gotta pay for that, but people like it. I don't know why. I don't care, but the people like it because they say, hey, I like that. So you pay for that. Then you pay for shipping. So if you want to do 2-day shipping, let's just say $10 to ship it. You know, well, you didn't make any money. You just lost money. You just lost money. You know, because your profit was $10. Your profit was $10. Only 50% up, $10, and now you shipped it. You just paid $10 to ship it to California. Well, you didn't make any money. So, and sometimes people don't look at that. They just go, man, you know, oh man, you know. They go, hold on 1 second. Somebody at the door. You don't know, I'm live. You might say something crazy, y'all. You may say something crazy, you don't know I'm live. And my microphone on right now. That's all. My perfect. I got my hat on. Oh, it's all good.
It's okay.
Yep.
Fresh off the press, man.
Yeah, so. Huh? Hey, look at this guy right here. This guy right here. I ain't gonna show it, his shirt. I think it's his work shirt, so. Huh?
Where you going?
We on live, man. I'm on YouTube live, bro.
Oh, man. Hey, you're in the right place to be, man. Lost sheep right here. If you a lost sheep, you need to get some lost sheep apparel right here.
Yeah,
This is what it's made at.
That's a real nice guy right there.
Right, man.
Let me finish off what I'm saying. I'm gonna go ahead and end the live. So what I was talking about, yeah. So yeah, like free shipping, it's fine. You could do free shipping, but like I said, I just showed you how you sell something with just a 50% markup, which is good, you know. And because you know, you don't want to buy something for $10 and sell it for $100. I mean,
right.
You can do that, but that ain't what I'm trying to do. You know, I'm trying to make it to get the best stuff and sell it at the best prices because I'm selling it for my people. Now, if I was out there selling, like another company, like, you know, I may have another company under a different name where I sell stuff to other people. Hey, man, you know what I'm saying? You know, like, but to y'all, I'm trying to sell it the best I can. You know, I'm just, so when y'all see the price, somebody say, oh, that's too much. It's like, yeah, but I promise you, my margins are in line. I'm not getting nobody because you can just tell you know, the dresses are thicker. It's better. It's just, you can just tell. So if I'm saying, like, people say like shipping costs too much, I'm like, yeah, but if I pay for shipping, I gotta raise my prices. So you're gonna get it nowhere to work. You might as well just do the shipping. You know, but like I said, like that's why a lot of companies don't stay around because you don't make money. You know, it don't make sense to get up in the morning and come do something and I leave here and I made $4. I've been here for 4, 5, 6 hours and I made $4. That don't make any sense. All right, so that's all I'm saying. I put it there. You know, take how you want to say it. It's a lot cheaper if you do it yourself, but the work is still. It is cheaper if you do it yourself. It is. Like I said, you just gotta figure out what you want to do. Do you want to do that or not? Hey, appreciate that. With the Apple Shop. I have my glasses on, so I think I say Apple Shop. I appreciate that, Apple Shop.
You welcome.
Not you. Let's see, somebody else said something. Shipping, embroidery machines. Hey, shalom. Alright. So yeah, I've been live for a good little bit. I told the person that said they were about to buy something. If they tell me they ordered them, I was gonna hook them up. But I guess they disappeared. Alright, but I'm about to go ahead and roll on out. Got a couple more hours to go. Dang, I've been live for over an hour. All praises. Hey, shalom, most high in Christ bliss. Listen, check us out, lostsheepstore.com. Get your orders. Try and get them as quick as you know. Look, I try to be Amazon Prime, but sometimes I can't. Sometimes I can't. Try and get out the best way I can. Support. You know, we still got the you know, like I said, we're still trying to get some support for the animations. So if you can support there, it is what it is. Uh, do I have, let's see, do you have any tips on how I can sell my fringes? Everyone will call me the last minute. Oh yeah, I definitely got tips on that. Hold on, let me see. I'm gonna tell you what you have to do. You have to stop dealing with people that way. I'm gonna talk about this one next time I go live. People want me to bring stuff and go when I go places where they want to call me or they want to just give no. Just tell them no. You have to train your customers, right? Like if everywhere I go, yeah, we can collaborate. You know, no big deal. Yeah, send something to the what's the best place? Facebook or Instagram. But you know, to be honest with you, you have to train your customers. I learned this when I used to work in sales. Is that your customers will do what you allow them to do. If you allow them to call you, text you, and say this is what they want, then they're gonna do it because it's easy for them. You have to train your customers. Like people, I go places all the time. People are like, man, you brought something. I said, no, I ain't brought nothing. But look, you can go to the website and you can get it in 2-3 days. Like that's the best thing. I'm not bringing it, you know. But if you continue to do that, then they're gonna continue to expect you to do it. So you know, you have to train your customers. You have to say, yeah, just go to the website. You know, carry business cards, carry like one of them things they can scan to go straight to your website. You know, I used to have this thing as a bracelet. I still got it. And they can put their phone to it, and then in blue pull up all your social media, all your stuff. Do that. You got to train your customers. If you don't train your customers, then they're gonna do what's easiest for them. It's easy for them to send you a text message. You know, that's what's easy. That's what's easy. So yeah, you know, sometimes you gotta, and sometimes you may have to pay for it. Like, I don't bring nothing to Passover and Tabernacles. You know. I don't think it's Dot. I don't know I can't remember what the name of it is, but they all work the same. But like I don't bring stuff there because I'm doing other type of work when I'm at them events and I don't have time to do it. I think I did it to one, and I think I'm not gonna do it again for the most part. And to be honest, you know, it's a lot of people with small businesses that go to Passover or Tabernacles to, you know, so they can make good money. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it's the biggest event for them, just like how you said online. I sell a lot online, so I don't want to I feel like I don't want to go there with all my stuff and take from the businesses that may really need it. Not to say that I don't need it, but I got my online sales is good, so I like to let them companies, you know, make their money while they're there. You know, sell their products while they're there. I go around, talk to them, buy stuff from them, stuff like that. You know, love my neighbor as myself. All right, so let me see the best way to end this. I'm still a rookie at this, y'all. How do you end this thing? Let me see. Maybe if I hit this X. All right, I'm about to figure it out. Okay, yeah, I figured out how to end this thing. Stream stop immediately. So listen, appreciate y'all, appreciate the support. Everybody that listened to me talk, you know, ramble on or whatnot. I'll be back on live probably tomorrow, maybe later on tonight, who knows. All right, shalom, most time, Christ bless. Hey, support Israelite businesses. Support Israelite businesses. Not just mine, support them all.